Hi, I'm Leisa Holland-Nelson, and welcome to Women Mean Business, where we're going to chat with extraordinary women who are shattering glass ceilings every day, running companies, starting nonprofits, and changing the ways we navigate and view the world. My guest today is Casey Curry, Corporate
Citizenship Director.
It's such a big title.
It is. Oh, I'm so fancy.
For Alliant Group.
Yes.
Casey,
yes.
welcome to Women
Thank
Mean
you
Business.
so much. I'm so excited you asked me to be here.
Well, I'm just glad to see you anytime,
Yes.
Casey. Tell us about Alliant Group.
Yeah, so Alliant Group is a professional services firm. And so that means that we do everything from offering our clients cybersecurity to specialty tax credits and incentives. And we often work with CPA firms to help their clients maximize those federal credits and incentives. And the one that we really are kind of known for, is kind of right in our wheelhouse, is the research and development tax credit.
Wow.
And I mention that because that really is core to what I do for the company. So I'm not in research and development. I'm not researching or developing anything, but it means we have a lot of STEM folks, so science, technology, engineering, math folks, all throughout our building that help companies work on their research and development credit studies. So engineer speaks to engineer, scientist speaks to scientist, agriculture expert speaks to agricultural folks, and can really maximize those credits so they can get back the money that Congress intended them to have.
Wow, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
How old is the company?
So it's 18 years old,
Okay.
headquartered here in Houston. We're now a global company. I think like many companies are now, you expand out. So we're in India and in the UK, and
Wow.
we'll see what happens next.
So what's the difference between an accounting firm and the Alliant Group?
So the difference is that Alliant Group will work on those specialty pieces in the tax code, things that are just so complicated and so niche that maybe your accountant just doesn't know about them or know how to maximize them. So most of our clients are actually CPA firms.
So tell me about your role in the company.
About 3 years ago, our CEO, Deval Jadhav, knew that the thing that was really important to our business and to our clients is STEM. So science, technology, engineering, and math. So we decided when we looked at our corporate citizenship and what we were going to do in the community that we would try to address that need. So most of what we do is really trying to get that next engineer, that next scientist to come up through the pipeline and go to work for one of our amazing companies in the U.S.
So that's exciting, and I know that you know that I've been involved with the Women's Chamber for years, and they have a huge STEM initiative. But beyond that, like, how are you doing this in the community? There's so many different ways. Like, what are you working in with?
Yeah, so can you tell I'm so excited? So we start from the beginning to the end and everything in between. So we work with the Greater Houston Women's Chamber of Commerce. We are also a sponsor of Steamtown USA. Our school is Woodson Elementary. They're so great. I love Woodson so much. And that's great for us because we're part of that curriculum, but then our own female scientists and engineers get to go and help mentor those girls, which is so great. It's like full circle. So we start from the earliest kids, elementary school, and work on programming there. Things like Steamtown, field trips to places like Space Center Houston, Houston Museum of Natural Science, for grades and schools that couldn't afford field trips without us.
Right.
They wouldn't have the bus money, they couldn't buy the tickets, they wouldn't have lunch if we didn't do that. And we provide these amazing chaperones, volunteers that are our own science folks and engineering folks. We also sponsor the Houston ISD Elementary Science Teacher Award because it's so important to have teachers that are inspiring this next group of innovators. And then we take it all the way through. So we partner with technical colleges here in Houston and around the country to make sure we're addressing that technical skill need, which is also STEM. So someone who wants to be skilled in robotics or welding, any of those things are also things that our businesses need. And then all the way up to college scholarships. So we have STEM scholarships that are totaling almost now $250,000 every year.
It's so great. So I know this was not your first career.
No.
And of course, most people who may be watching this episode, many will recognize you. So I want you to tell us how you got to your first career and then transition here. Oh my goodness.
I have just been the luckiest person. I've had 2 careers so far that I have just loved. I mean, excited to wake up every morning and be a part of. And my first career was as a broadcast meteorologist. So I worked in TV news all around the country, right out of college, traveling the country, covering weather and news stories all over the country.
That's how I met you.
Yes, that's how we met when you came on Channel 13 in Houston, the ABC affiliate. So that was just my amazing first career. And learned so much, really challenged me in ways I never could have imagined, and met lifelong friends that way. I mean, these are people that, are my closest friends, are the people that, I always say kind of, you're in the trenches with these folks. You think about big weather events and big news events, you live at the TV station. You're all in there together using porta potties when the power goes out and, eating, kind bars because, that's all you have, which kind bars are great, but not when that's your only food source,
For a week.
For a week, exactly. Sleeping on floors and, those things that people don't see at home, but are so worth it and so rewarding because those are the times that you're most needed by the public. It's great to tell people about a sunny day.
Right.
But it's really important when you can give them life-saving information.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know you left 13, how many years ago?
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay. And you didn't really leave TV then?
No, I freelanced after that for different stations and I continue. I'm so lucky. I continue to get asked to fill in for folks when they're on vacation. It's really the best of both worlds.
Well, I love it. So you still do that, even
I still
now.
do. And also the great part is now I get to coach people that I work with to be comfortable in front of the camera, to do camera work. I get to travel with some of our scholarship winners. When they're interviewed by their local hometown TV stations, I get to go and be there with them.
How did Alliant find you?
I always say it's all about the network of people that you know. And that's how it happened for me. It was through charity friends, nonprofit friends of mine who were recruiting for the job and happened to talk to someone else when they mentioned, hey, I'm looking for this perfect person. And they both decided that it might be me. And it was.
Isn't that exciting?
It is just, I'm so grateful. Like to this day, so grateful that someone thought of me for something I'd never done before, to lead up a department, to create community outreach for a global company is just.
I know you're doing a great job too.
Thank you.
So with all the diversity of your career and the excitement, and the last year being a pandemic, how did you navigate through the pandemic work? I know you're a mom, family. How did you handle all of that?
It was really scary in the beginning. I think a lot of people felt the same way that I did. You didn't know, is the economy going to collapse? Am I going to have a job? Am I going to get sick? Is someone in my family going to get sick? Have all those immediate fears. But I went into it really as an opportunity. And it was an opportunity to spend more time with my family. I was at home, like all of us. But I was so grateful to get up in the morning and have breakfast with Winnie. She's 7 right now. And I'm not going to get that time back. Or have lunch with my husband when we both take a break. Sit outside, with my dog. These are things I would never have been able to do on a Monday at 2 o'clock before.
What advice do you have for someone who wants to achieve the success you've achieved? Because it's more than just career success. It's happiness. It's a well-rounded life. So what do we do to get there?
I think the most important thing is to find amazing people to surround yourself with. And I don't mean just go find them, but I mean maintain those relationships once you find them. Invest back in your friends, your colleagues that are operating at this excellence level and are truly good people. Invest in them. Make sure you're staying connected. It's so hard in our world right now. We're all so busy. We have families, we have careers. So many of us have, elderly parents that, we're this whole split generation. We're caring for our own kids and our parents too. It's hard. But you have to maintain those relationships. And then not just maintain those, but look for the next. I always say that next person. You see them. It's the college student you were introduced to. It's someone young at work, maybe even just someone new. But you notice that thing in them. Bring them into the fold. Because the more that you give back to someone else, the more fulfilled you are. At least for me, I am.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
You've been tuned in to Women Mean Business. I'm your host, Leisa Holland-Nelson, and we'll be back again soon.